I like playing games. They provide a sense of escapism that, at its peak, is unmatched by other forms of media. Yeah, watching a movie about a guy trying to survive in the wild fighting off bears can be quite immersive, but goddamn, imagine being that guy trying to survive in the wild fighting off bears.
What the fuck?
When a game has you enthralled and it nails atmosphere, world building, and storytelling, it just hits different. I can probably list a number of games that have made me feel this way on one hand. These are the games that made me completely lose track of time and I can just get lost in for hours. Oftentimes, I just want to walk around the world in these games, just to take it all in. When a game nails the list of things I mentioned before, just existing in the world brings me joy. Having only experienced this a few times, I've spent quite a large amount of time chasing this feeling. Whenever Steam sale rolls around, I often find myself scrolling through games and reviews in search of that next escape. A new world I can get myself lost in, a story that'll make me want to watch analysis videos on YouTube for hours. As a byproduct of this extensive search for that next game, I've come across quite a few games that don't quite fit the bill. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these games are probably great in their own right, but I'll play them for a few hours, go, that was alright, I'll continue later, and later never comes. I've had this experience quite a few times before, as you'll notice if you check my Steam profile. Thinking back to my childhood, I was the type of kid that tried a lot of things. I remember going for speech and drama classes, track and field, debate, public speaking, chess, piano classes, and I'm sure I'm missing a few things. Having said that, I never really excelled at any one of these things. Speech and drama was a one-off thing. Track and field I ended up quitting because the training was too stressful. I quit debate the night before the competition because I was anxious. I quit piano halfway through and quit chess when I was starting to get dumpstered in competitions. Basically, I quit all these things halfway through at the exact point where I faced adversity and stopped enjoying myself. This led me to being a worthless person that doesn't excel at one thing, but hey, that's enough about me. The point of me bringing that up is there's an obvious correlation here. Just like how I quit piano and chess because I hit a wall that makes me not want to continue, games often have that very same wall. There I am playing XCOM on hard difficulty because I know bitch. I find myself on a mission that seems impossible and I keep loading saves. Nothing seems to be working and I keep losing over and over again, at which point I go, you know, fine, this fine, I'll just come back later, and 2 years pass. Yeah, the obvious thing to do is to lower the difficulty for one mission and continue, right? But when you have a gigantic ego like myself, this isn't an easy task to do. Pure difficulty isn't the only obstacle that I've encountered in games. A more potent killer of the mood is boredom. The majority of games, movies, and TV shows have a point where it gets kinda slow and it's usually somewhere in the middle. It doesn't mean that it's a bad piece of media because a good game or movie will usually make up for this with a strong third act or some sort of payoff, and rare is a game that is completely enthralling from start to finish. Having said that, this is often the point where I'll pause the movie or game and go, yeah, I'll get back to this. And leaving something at a point where it's boring or difficult then makes me associate negative emotions with starting the game back up. The game then gets added to the growing list of half-finished business. Something I've been thinking about is whether ditching a game or a movie when it gets boring, good or not. The obvious answer would be duh. If you're not having fun, just stop playing it or do something else. I feel like this mindset is more common among Gen Z, but who knows, I might be speaking for myself. Growing up with the internet and having instant access to millions of ways to scratch that boredom itch, our brains are just wired differently. We know that if whatever we're doing just gets boring, we can just whip out our phones and voila, problem solved. God, I feel like all my videos take this "we live in a society" turn eventually. The media we consume has adapted to this, as clearly seen on TikTok, where all the videos are a minute or less and we just swipe through them at breakneck speed. To be honest, maybe this is just the next step in our evolution as a society and I just need to accept it. I recently went back and finished a game I left half finished a few years back by the name of Metro 2033. I remember being frustrated at a particular level that kinda got slow, which made me give up. After playing through the game again and pushing through the parts I didn't like, I found the entire journey to be well worth it, which justified the slow parts. This weight of not finishing Metro was also lifted off my shoulders. If I had followed the not having fun, just quit mentality, I wouldn't have gotten the full picture. Anyways, this isn't a rule that works 100% of the time. There's bound to be games or movies that you just don't like from start to finish. It's worth keeping in the back of your head though. Anyways, this video is getting boring to make. I'm just gonna watch cute cat videos. Ciao.